That's all it
Hiker
will take.
Mountains isn't for the faint of heart, but it is for one 17-year-old from East Tennessee who doesn't let autism stop him from reaching a big milestone.
Emily DeVoe tells us what his 100th mile in the Great Smoky Mountains means for his family.
For Noah Myers, the challenge of a good hike is greater than it'd be for many other 17-year-olds.
I mean, he's autistic and he doesn't like things that challenge him. And then we said, you know, he's old enough to understand that sometimes you just got to do hard things.
He and his mom and stepdad started hiking together about 10 years ago. Noah, who loves waterfalls, was willing to put in the work if it meant he could splash in the water after.
He loves water, absolutely loves water. So we used hiking to waterfalls as a reward.
Eventually, they got to where they'd hike several times a month all year long, even without a good swim.
I get excited to see him explore the world through his eyes because he looks at everything so different. So it's a good bonding. Not only that, but he can be himself. He has a meltdown. We just sit down and let him work through it. It's different when hikers pass him and he's having a meltdown than when you're in the middle of Walmart having a meltdown.
The family noticed the hiking community was there to help. If Noah needed a break or some time to let off steam, people who passed by would offer support.
They just say, he'll get through it. Just give him a minute. And they've offered, like, does he need an extra water? Hey, I've got to think of bubbles. Does he want some bubbles to play with? You know, I mean, like, they're not judging. They're offering any help that they can. I've had them sit down with him on the trail and just sit there and not say a word. And then he just works through it and looks at them like, well, where did you come from?
After several trails and lots of waterfalls, Noah recently earned a pin for hiking 100 miles in the Great Smoky Mountains.
We really blew it out of proportion. We just kept telling him how proud we were of him, and he will point to his little pin and say that it's Noah's. Like, he knows he's earned that.
And while he can't express it with words, his smile shows he's happy when he's out on a trail, especially if it has a waterfall. I'm Emily DeVoe reporting.
Awesome. Noah and his family plan to keep hiking until they can't hike anymore. So we predict a 200-mile pin is in his future.
That is terrific.